Well, greetings, friends, and welcome to the Gospel Underground Podcast. This is episode 187. Fight together. We're going to fight today. We're broadcasting live, well, live for us at least, from our worldwide shed quarters here in kind of cloudy, kind of rainy, a little bit sunny Blacksburg, Virginia in the springtime. I have some special guests with me today, some wrestlers. I'll let them introduce themselves here in a moment, but some of you know that in the cracks of my free time, I volunteer as the chaplain for the Virginia Tech Hokie wrestling program. I'm getting a little bit involved in Roanoke College wrestling program. We'll hear about that today. Started that, I think I just finished my 6th season with the Hokies, and it's been wonderful, man, working with these young guys. The arena I grew up in, we got our ACC championship plaques on there. I got now Hokie gear as well as Tar Heel gear, much better. Let's go, Rob Cole. But a few years ago, 2024, we started a postseason theme with the team in our Bible study. We said, hey, let's unite together about something. And we kind of put a verse out. It was Romans 15:6. Colin Girardi has that shirt on over here. It said this, that together, right, what are we doing here? Going in ACCs, going into nationals, together with one voice we might glorify the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. So we gave this theme, Stronger Together. And the providence of God had it that one of our friends, Caleb Henson, won a national title, and literally on the stage on ESPN did one of these, which meant Stronger Together to us. Kind of like it looks like our logo, and of course the team Bud and Rush. It was a good moment. We still have that picture, and we did a podcast on. So we're doing that a little bit again today. Last year we did Prepared Together. I believe Aaron Seidel has that shirt on. Prepared Together. Therefore, prepare your minds for action. Right? Love it. And this year, we did something called Fight Together. Fight the good fight of faith. Take hold of the eternal life to which you were called when you made the good confession, the presence of many witnesses. Kind of fun. We do it to unite us. We print shirts for the guys. Guys, I say, hey, look, you don't have to wear it. You can wear it when you want it. You can cut weight in it. You warm up in it. Extra workout shirts up to you. So this year, some of the guys wore the shirts, and we included Roanoke. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I want the guys to take a moment here and just introduce. I have 4 guests. This is our first 5-speaker podcast with 5 microphones, Colin. Just introduce yourself a little bit. First, we have a 133-pounder, third in the nation this year, Aaron Seidel.
Yeah. So, I'm Aaron Seidel. I'm from Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. I was a true freshman this year. I wasn't really supposed to go. I was supposed to redshirt, and then I ended up getting the call and, went out to NCAAs and got third this year. So it was a fun year, and, I got to spend some time with Reed. Yeah,
awesome, man. A couple years ago, Aaron, you wouldn't know this, but Coach Freyer was going crazy one day. Super excited. I was like, what's going on? He goes, we got him. I was like, who? He said, Aaron Seidel. He goes, yeah, he's going to be 125 pounds for his whole career because he weighed like 113, I think you were that year. And, of course, you've blown past that, and now we're hoping to get one more year, maybe 133.
Yeah. They said 125. I might be ending my college career 49. We'll see.
How big can we get? And we also have another 133-pounder, Jude Robson. This is fun, right? We have number 3 in the nation in Division I wrestling, and we have number 3 in the nation, semifinalist as well, in Division III wrestling here. Jude, tell us a little about yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm Jude Robeson. I'm from Stanton, Virginia, and I had a really fun year. I came back. I actually sat last year. I was.
Whose phone is that? Is that Aaron's?
Yeah, that's mine.
It said, "Wake up, set the alarm."
National chat reminder.
That's right. Every day. No, you're good.
But
I'm back. My bad.
Yeah, sorry. I had a good season. Last season, I actually gray shirted or whatever you want to call it, just injury from my knee. So didn't get what I wanted my sophomore year. So I was super hungry coming back this year. Awesome. Technically my junior season. So yeah.
And you're a Virginia guy from Stanton. That's just up the road. It's now part of an election district that's in Washington, D.C. or something for the political map in Virginia. What was it like in Virginia staying home? Has that been a fun thing?
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, I have like a little bit of pride in it. I think it's super cool to just like be in my state. And I guess, the states around us are pretty legit. So it's cool to kind of like push my state a little bit forward.
I tell you what, if Roanoke College and Virginia Tech were as good as they are now, I would have stayed home as well. But back then, man, Virginia, we had any good teams in the state. I had to go somewhere else. All right, a Colin guy with the upside down tech hat. The upside down hat is everywhere. So you're you're ahead of trend, I think. Colin guy always is, right? Introduce yourself to us a bit.
Yeah, I'm Colin Guy. I'm also a freshman here at Virginia Tech. I'm from Quakertown, PA, just a little town outside Philly, and Aaron Seidel is actually my roommate, so it's kind of cool we're here doing this together. I met Reed, almost 2 years ago probably when I first got here, started coming to my visits, lived here my senior year, and I think got to know each other pretty well, which is 2 years went by pretty quick, but it was pretty special 2 years.
It's been fun. This little backstory, Colin, you may not know. I think it was maybe the first summer you were around, and I guess we had some stuff that you guys weren't even in college yet, started coming to the Bible study. And I guess your dad said, he told Roby, Colin's going to Bibles. That's kind of fun. That's new for him. And so, man, it's been fun having you. Just real faithful guy. And Colin's one of the fun guys on our team. If you have social media, you got to find the Virginia Tech Wrestling social media account and find the one that says Colin Guy's a diva, but he's our diva. And that was Caleb Henson's comment. But what that meant to me is like he's one of the fun guys on our team. Always keeps us light, and I've told him this multiple times because I'm watching these guys wrestle, and they compete, and I just usually go after them afterwards just to chest bump them in the hallway. I was like, Colin Guy, man, that dude fights. He compete. You will never hold that guy down, and so I love this. His effort is just really an inspiration, much like my friend Colin Girardi's effort, right? Credit for your effort and your accomplishments as well as your effort. Colin didn't mention he was fifth in the nation as a true freshman too, probably because he wanted to be much higher. Beat the national champ twice this year, so we have high expectations and goals. So well done, though. I tell all the guys, man, if you're an ACC champion and All-American, Latona, I tell Latona this all, like, bro, stop beating up your career, bro. You did great, as did Colin Girardi, national qualifier for Virginia Tech. Now assistant coach. Roanoke College, welcome to the podcast.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Reed, thanks for having all of us. I believe this is my second time on the podcast. But yeah, Colin Guy is that guy, by the way. He is that guy.
He's our guy.
But yeah, Colin Girardi, I think I've been on here one other time before, and I am the social media intern for the Gospel Underground, and I'm very happy to be able to help Reed and the Gospel Underground in some of those ways.
Yeah, anytime you see a video clip on our Instagram or a scripture of the week, that's Colin Girardi's work right there, fighting a good fight for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I'm very proud of it, and just proud I get to be associated with the Gospel Underground even after my time as a competitor. In the group, we'll talk a little bit more about in the Strength and Courage group with Virginia Tech, and now even as a coach and working with Reed, outside of that has been special. But yeah, originally from Powhatan, Virginia, so also a Virginia guy like Reed and Jude. And no, I was not an All-American, but I was a former Virginia Tech wrestler and current Roanoke College assistant coach. And now I get to fight the good fight still.
That's right. I won 4 state titles at Powhatan, close to Richmond. We respect it here, PA guys. Colin, man, it's super fun for me. You were one of the first guys involved in Strength and Courage. There's just a handful of guys when we started out with the Hokies in 2020, 2021 season. Yeah. And so, man, Colin's become part of our family now. My wife always wants to hang out with Colin Girardi and give him counsel for whether he's getting engaged or not, stuff like that. It's been really, really a pleasure for our family to get to know you, man, and to see you get a coaching job right up the road, Roanoke College. And you reached out to me maybe a month before the end of the season. And your original idea is like, hey, can you come do something with Roanoke? And I was like, man, I've been on a heater, man. The last 3 or 4 months, I don't even know my names half the time. I've been stuck on the road in 2 different blizzards in 2 different states. I just got done. I spoke twice in Charlotte. I was at Wake Forest last night. I'm going to Minneapolis on Saturday. So my life's been like that. And I probably should have said, no, I don't have time to do anything else. But my guy called me, Girardi, and what you have in mind, man?
Yeah, it's been fun talking about these 3, the past 3 years we've done this, postseason theme and stronger together and prepared together and fight together. And I was thinking about it now, obviously in a different role as a coach, and was just trying to think of different ways to inspire my guys and really have them maybe focus on something it's away from the wrestling and the pressure and the stress of what it is. In the postseason, you guys could all attest to the stressful times, focus of that. And so, and as as a guy who's been a part of this for 3 years now, just knowing, how much it means to me and what I think it means to the guys who have been a part of it before. So I reached out to you hoping, honestly, my original thought was just, hey, can you just come and give some encouraging words and inspiration to, the Roanoke College wrestlers, and selfishly just wanted to get you involved with the program, and happy to have a job this close, doing what I love. And being in Southwest Virginia, close to the Hokies, it's a perfect storm for me. So
for our listeners out there, we're about 45 minutes apart, these two programs, which is really fun. And just for context, I know we have a lot of listeners that hear me jabber on about wrestling because I love it, but you're not a part of that sport. Virginia Tech has been top 10 in the country multiple years in a row, multiple All-Americans every year. And now Roanoke College was number one in the country, national dual champions this year. So they won the dual meet national title and placed 6th in the country. They're most All-Americans ever, too. So we have two powerhouse teams, 45 minutes apart. And so you were like, hey, come talk to the dudes. I'm like, I even said I could do this one day. This is the only day I could do it. And we got it together. Then we started getting goofy like we do.
Yep. And you, and I should have known when I asked you that Reed doesn't really half do anything. And so, I do think it was you that, started bouncing back ideas to me like, well, hey, maybe can we do a theme? Maybe we do a theme with Roanoke College, and we started kind of tossing some ideas back and forth, and we were like, hey, why not? Why can't the Maroons and the Hokies both, share a common postseason theme? And so it was really special for me to kind of have that.
Yeah, we decided to do it. We print up shirts. We do them for the entire Virginia Tech team, and Girardi told me there's 100 guys or something on Roanoke's team. I'm like, man, I ain't got money like that. But we did them for all the starters and some of the coaching staff there, and went out, talked to them, gave a little devotion on fighting the good fight, and united the tribes, so to speak. And you can see, we did maroon and orange for the guys. You can see it on our 133s in that video shot. If you're watching this, we'll have to put this on the gram, Colin. It was fun. Guys were ready to go. And, obviously, Division III goes through a regional qualification for nationals. Division I, we go through the ACC championships, and we have ACC champion Colin Guy in the room. And so one of the things I always watch, because I really don't care if guys, I actually would think it might be weird if every single person all walked out in the same shirt. Might be a little goofy, but guys typically wear it. Last year I saw guys at Duke wearing it cut weight in, or Bryce Mandonian wore it in semifinals. But dang him, he should have beat Levi Haynes. I said I'm not going to go over. I feel like a dad on that one forever. But I just noticed when guys wore stuff, in the process of our postseason. So I just want to ask you guys, what does it mean to you guys to be involved in first spiritual things in college as a college athlete, and then what did it mean to you to kind of fight together as we went into the season? So I don't know, some guys like Chris Baccioni says, I love the Gospel Underground shirts, but they're stretchy. I wear them all the time. You just look swollen, and Chris, that's what you like. But Jude, tell me a little bit about your involvement. Do you have some stuff you're involved with on campus, for your spiritual life and growth?
Yes, sir. I'm actually I'm a young life leader on the campus team.
Awesome.
Specifically, my ministry is supposed to be for sophomore guys,
okay.
But it always ends up being more than that. We got the year prior, last year, I got to lead a Bible study for the wrestling team.
Awesome.
And it's awesome because now it's on to some other guys leading it, and it's just I think it's festered throughout the team.
So you're leaving a legacy, even because you'll be a senior next year. It'll be in good hands.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, it's wonderful, but I guess to your original question, what does it mean to fight with? I think, really when I think about that stuff, I know wrestling's this individual sport, but if you think you're going out there, by yourself, you're just ignorant. I'm sorry. There's so many blessings you get through, numerous coaches, individuals, the chances I got, the partners I had, my parents giving up, an arm and a leg for my career all throughout my years, and just. So, it's just a comforting thing. I'm going out there. I know I have people behind me.
Yeah. So the together part's a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. And certainly as wrestlers, we fight. What about you, Aaron? How's it been coming in? Obviously you and Colin did get involved because you guys were here for a while before you were here, which is great, and training with us. And and you guys availed yourself of the Bible study stuff right away, even. And so, and Aaron, I knew some guys that knew you when you were young, some FCA staff and stuff. They're like, oh man, Aaron's a good kid. And I'll believe when I see it. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you, man. And how's it been kind of becoming a Hokie, even the fighting together? What are some of your thoughts, man?
It's been awesome, ever since I met you, I just wanted to go to Bible study every day, and I used to go to Bible study almost every day after my practice. So I also wanted something. That's kind of why I committed to tech. I was like, I need something, to help me to spread my gospel. And, you obviously had that. So going to the Bible studies, learning more about my faith. And I think it was just a big part of my career, my success. And I think I wear the shirt. I wore it at NCAs. I didn't really wear it at ACCs, but I wear it at NCAs because, a lot of people are watching me when I'm wrestling. So I try to spread my faith and show people that, I'm a Christian. And, there's a lot of little kids that look up to me.
Yeah.
So I figure, if I'm wearing that, maybe that opens their eyes to something. Yeah. So I think that was a big part. It wasn't, just about me wearing it. It's about, everybody else watching me.
Yeah.
And just also like fighting together. You would pray with me before my matches. Yeah. And when you weren't there, like Sam would do the job for me.
That's awesome.
Sam would help me pray before a lot of my matches, and it just kind of, makes me feel protected and ready for the match. I had a pretty big rivalry this season against Jack's Force.
Yeah.
And, you can't do that by yourself. It's by all your coaches, your teammates,
Yeah.
God, Jesus. So,
yeah.
Just using that and knowing that it's not just me, it's it's God too.
Yeah, we were wrestling at NC State this year, and it's just our biggest rival. All the ACC titles in the last 10 years, pretty much us or them, and it's kind of like that, grudge match kind of thing. And we were about to wrestle, and I think the kid that Seidel wrestled, he's been around like 15 years in college. He's like 38 or something, I think. And he's like a huge 133. I mean, not any bigger than Aaron, but I looked back, I saw him, and he was just like, man, this looks awesome. And I was like, let me go. So we prayed together, and I remember saying, hey man, this is like a little kid tournament in Pennsylvania. Just go out and do your thing. And of course, he went out and smashed this guy. And I was like, man, I think he's a little nervous, and in a good way, right? And it's great. Sam Latona was mentioned. He's one of our coaches, multiple-time All-American here, an ACC champion. Even though he wasn't a national champ, but he was a great wrestler from my opinion. And Sam's a newer believer. I mean, when we first started with the team, he wasn't really that involved, and slowly he got really involved, and it's been wonderful to watch God's work in his life. And I didn't even know y'all were doing that. It's really encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for you to get down on the floor for NCAs, and he was helping me ACCs with it. Yeah, we just pray together every time, and it was a cool moment.
Awesome. Well, speaking of ACCs, we were in Blacksburg this year, and which our family, 2 of our kids were born here. We lived here previously. I was a coach at Virginia Tech for 3 years, 98 to 2000. We moved back here in 2016 to base our ministry here. And so I was even going to the matches before I was working with the team. I was working the ref from the stands, being obnoxious. And so this is our hometown. And I started getting texts from people sitting on the floor of the ACC. It's like, why these dudes all got your logo on the shirt? And one of the things, Aaron, that you mentioned, we designed the shirts not to be ridiculously complex or anything, but a little iconic, so that people are like, what is that? Right? And we started having a lot of people asking that, which was really fun. And I looked up, and Colin Guy, he's like about to wrestle. He wrestled in front of me. We watched him win in the semifinals. We beat the national champ.
We were going crazy.
Yeah, we were going crazy for you, man. It was like, oh, he's on that. He's a dog on it.
I almost took me down.
It was physical. Yeah, it was fun. But a couple times, Colin Guy wrestled right where I was sitting where the referee sit, because one of my best friends from college is the head official for ACC wrestling, and he was letting me sit with him. And so I looked up, and Colin, he looked up, he said, pointing at the logo, I'm like, let's go. And so, yeah, it was fun, man. And Colin, just seeing you compete, seeing you win that title, and then he can go on to become an All-American, man. What's it been like for you? I mean, you might be a little like me. I didn't grow up going to church or anything. I wasn't a religious person at all. And that kind of shifted for me in college. And so it's been fun. Somebody even asked me, is Colin Guy, like, what's his faith? I'm like, I think he's moving in a great direction from what I can tell. I think he's in the team. So, yeah, share a little bit, Colin, like why'd you choose wear a shirt? What's it been like getting involved with things? You've always had great questions and insight. I think you're a really smart guy too. What's it been like, man, being around Christian faith in wrestling?
Yeah, it's been different for me. I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, I went to church. I dabbled with it. I was kind of toes in the water, but not all the way. And when I got here 2 years ago, it was the team culture. That's kind of where it was at. Like, everybody really dove into this and believed in it. And I met you, and you talked about your past and how, your dad kind of never like looked at it like that, and he kind of thought you were crazy. But I just think it's cool being a Christian. The door's never closed for anybody. It's whenever you're ready to step in, like, he's ready to take you. So the last 2 years, you've really changed my life. I don't know if I've ever said that to you. Don't want to get too emotional with you, but it's been awesome. I'm really grateful. But the shirt means a lot for me. I think at the Virginia match, I don't know if you're there, but I hurt my ankle pretty bad, and we're on the bus ride back, and one of my teammates, Serge, it's like, he just keeps telling me, he's like, God's got you, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's hard to believe that right now, when something bad happens. But I think that's true, though. You just got to put your faith in him. And over that month when I was out, I learned more about myself than I think I would have been if I would have been competing. So
Colin, put a pause right there for a second. I actually did go to the match. I didn't get to see you guys, but I was in the stands with my son because we were traveling down to Chapel Hill to do a funeral of my mentor the next day. And so, but I was like, I'm not missing this. And literally, I heard your ankle pop from the stands. And I grabbed my son, and I was like, he just broke his ankle. He just broke his ankle. I was like, oh, I hope he's not. And I started praying. And like, so yeah, it was a scary deal. And then, of course, in the wrestling world, like, yeah, Colin Guy lost to, I don't know the guy's name, Winton Deacons or something. And I was like writing Christian Powell, shut your mouth about Colin Guy losing to Winton Deacons. But yeah, that was a big challenge because, like, we got a month before ACCs. And so, yeah, that's cool to hear Serge encourage you in that way. And so, yeah, pick it up.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Just what I was saying about the team culture, like, guys believe in something bigger than the sport and bigger than winning and losing. Like you said, as soon as it happened, you were in the stands praying for me and that stuff. Wrestling comes and goes, and you're going to hang the shoes up one day, but there's more to this sport and there's more to life. So, but yeah, that month goes by, and I'm really finding ways to stay in shape. I'm digging in. I'm really digging into my faith then. I'm praying every day, not to wrestle again, but just to be healthy and, get an opportunity to compete. And then at ACCs, I wore it for more of a purpose of, I'm wrestling today for a bigger reason than myself, I felt like. For my teammates, for my family, and just everybody involved in the sport, and obviously, God himself. So it was really cool. It was really cool to wear the shirt, and I actually saw you on the floor, and that was pretty cool. Just to see you, and wrestling's such a stressful sport, and it gets hard. But my favorite part of wearing it in the tunnel, you can kind of look down and see that logo on your chest, and just know, like, whatever happens, someone's got you. So,
hey man, that's such a good perspective. I remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago talking to Latona and saying, look, man, wrestling is a terrible God. Let's just move it out of that position and put it in its right place. And then we can just do it, enjoy it. God's made us good. He's gifted us in it. It's a big part of our life. It helps define us. I mean, people can't know me unless they knew I was a wrestler, right? And so, but if you move that, right, and put it too high of a place, one, it can be counterproductive to your competitive nature, right? And then it just, like, we start worshiping wins and losses or a sport rather than God who gave us the abilities to do these things. So that's a great perspective. And then you get to compete free, and I really think you do that, Colin. It's been fun for all of us watching you go. And I know you're not satisfied. I know there's more to come for all of us in this sport and watching you. Now, let me ask you guys a question that you could all weigh in on a little bit. What is the difference between, like, a routine in athletics? Like, you're in the tunnel, you're preparing for a match, you're warming up with Caleb at National, whatever. There's certain things you do. Some guys really want to do it the same. Some guys think their routine is very important to them. And then there's also superstition in sport, right? And one of the things I do every year, you guys will see it in the fall. I'll do our first Bible study. It'll be something like, what does God want from you? What do you want from God? And God's not your genie. He's not our lucky charm. He's not wanting you to win. You and Jax, God wanted him to win. Come on, right? It's different than that. But routine can be valuable. Superstition, baseball players are the worst. I don't know if you guys know any baseball players. They're the most superstitious sport guys I've ever been around. I actually got a baseball chapel called Superstitions and Traditions, the good, the bad, and the stupid, right? How do you guys balance that? Being like superstitious or using maybe even religion or faith as your way to win thing. There's some guys talk that way, right? And maybe having your relationship with God be part of your routine. Jude, what do you think?
Yes, sir. I think, there's been a time I wrestled, I would say like my freshman year, where without a doubt, the main purpose was wins, losses. And, it's just so fruitless.
Trying to prove yourself.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But, especially this year, coming off from a year of like not being able to wrestle first time in, 10 years, 11 years. And, but like seriously, without God, redefining like who I am, it's really changed from like, oh, I need to win this. God knows I want to win. So
God knows, yeah.
Like I would say I do different things before matches, but the one thing I do is I'm always praying, just like, Lord, let me have fun. Like that's the biggest thing when it's just for fun and for, just having a good time.
Yeah.
I want to put on a good show for my parents. They put so much into it, and it takes all of the pressure off. Like I would say, strangely at nationals, I would say one of the least pressurized moments, just going out there. It's a cool stadium, you're wrestling great wrestlers. What is there not to be excited about? And so I've been freed to wrestle, and I'm not a huge I'm not the best worshiper when you come to church. Like I'll sing, but I'm not the type of guy to put my hands up in the air. So my favorite way to worship God is to be like, hey, I'm going to work hard in the room. I'm going to work hard. My attitude should be the worship to you, Lord. Like in how I wrestle, I want someone to be like, why is Jude smiling when he goes out there? I don't want to be the guy looks like he can only look straight on and too intense.
So your training habits, your competition is a way to say thank you and worship God. That's powerful, man. Like, hey, this was my first time going to Division III Nationals this year. I was like, hey, can you come out? And then I could, my wife's like, why are you adding another trip to your life? So I'm getting tickets to Cedar Rapids, and I get out there, and it was awesome. It was just really awesome. I was like, man, this is great. This is great competition. This is a great crowd. We got to see one of our former backup guys, Ty Finn, who was All-American for NYU. He's one of our guys, and I just loved it. And then I got stuck in a blizzard. I literally got snowed out leaving. And stayed 3 extra days doing nothing but lighting money on fire, sitting in a hotel because there's like 80-mile-per-hour winds and snow. But it was great, man. It was wonderful to see you compete. You beat a really good guy for third place. I had some Division III fans saying, "Oh, that's the Pirate. He's wrestling. He does all this crazy stuff, and he's hard to beat." I was like, "Well, we beat the Pirate or whatever."
Pirate's crazy. The Pirate's crazy. Yeah. He's another one of those guys that's been around for a long time. He's I think
fan
a
favorite
5th-year guy.
Yeah.
He's good.
Awesome. How about you guys in terms of, superstitions and, it is a little tempting, like, oh, I hope God wants me to win. That's kind of nuts, but we can get there, right?
I used to be pretty superstitious when I was little. I would wear the same green socks and the same routine and everything. But then I started to realize.
But what does that do for you? What did that do for you? Just kind of.
It made me feel comfortable.
Calm you down.
Yeah, calm me down. I wasn't as nervous. But then I would lose with my green socks.
The green socks didn't work.
So I'm like, all right, I got to change something up. I got to stop wearing this. I got to stop. So now I stick with the same routine. I try to do a lot of things similar, but not as much as what I was when I was littler. But
you could wear blue socks every now and then or something.
Yeah, blue socks or something. But another thing you said in one of our Bible studies, you were talking about how it's Christian going against a Christian. God's not gonna pick one or the other depending if they're a better Christian or not. So tying that into play, it's like I know Jack's Force, he's a big Christian and stuff, and it's it depends on who works harder, who has better technique, who figured out stuff. So, obviously God plays an important role in that, but, like you was saying, just trusting in my training. I like to, I'm a hard worker, and I believe that if I'm the hardest worker in the room, it's gonna pay off in the long run. So just believe in that, believe in my training, staying injury free, just praying and
amen. Aaron's mentioning Jax. This is a Pennsylvania guy. They wrestled in the state finals. They probably had the best college match in the country this year, in my opinion, although we lost it 10-9. I know that's motivating to you, but it's a good example. It's like, okay, two guys that really love God. It's like, God's not in heaven cheering for guys. Now, he cares a lot about Jax Forrest and Aaron Seidel as people and what this arena will produce in us. And the pursuit of national titles and pushing each other will produce in us, which can bear good fruit, right? Or, sometimes wrestling bears bad fruit in guys. The roots of bitterness, the seeds of envy, right? Or when you do succeed, self-glorification. Like, oh, it's about me. My son was showing me this funny bowling video. You've probably seen it. The guy was like 5-time world champion. He goes like, "Who are you? I am." This guy. It's like so ridiculous. I'm like, did he just say this? Not let alone in the Bible, God's name is I am. It's kind of crazy. Well, he didn't mean it that way, but it's like, what is this guy say? Who are you? I am. Like, we don't want that from our successes. Success is gratitude, right? Our setbacks, leads to transformation, right? It's opportunity. I used to, when I was in high school, I wore the same sweatshirt. I put Vicks Vapor Rub on my chest and took a hot shower before I wrestled every match. And I didn't do it in college, and I started losing and stuff. And I started doing it again.
I like the hot shower, too.
Yeah, you like the hot shower. Get you ready, right?
Yeah.
You like your Vision Quest, get ready to come out, right? But yeah, it's funny. Routines but I think they are important, right? As long as we don't trust to things, right? You don't trust that stuff, but it can put you in the flow zone and ready to go. And so, Colin Guy, man, you're a pacer. You get ready to go, and then, man, you compete. You really compete. Beat a lot of good guys, I think, and maybe the All-American round this year. I think you beat the number 2 guy in the bracket. How do you think about preparing, and has kind of new faith kind of entered into that conversation in your own internal world?
Yeah, it definitely has. I think I'm probably a very joyful guy, very happy guy. You can ask Aaron. I'm cracking jokes right after weigh-ins, not right before. I'm pretty quiet right before weigh-ins, but after weigh-ins, all the way till we compete, it's fun. We're having fun. It's just a sport at the end of the day, and we were put on this earth to something bigger than a sport, and I think that's just something you got to remind yourself, even when it's ACC finals, national semifinals, national finals. It's every kind of the weight of the earth feels like it's on your shoulders. You got to win. You got to beat this guy, but it's not. I remember you talking at, I think it was our first Bible study this postseason, and you're like, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. God's going to love you. Your parents are going to love you. I'm going to love you. And that's true. That's just how it is. And so I think just knowing that, trying to stay positive, it's stressful, but
that's
you have
awesome.
the opportunity to compete, and that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll do some of this summer in our training phase in July. We'll talk about the importance of gratitude. Man, if you guys are around, maybe we can try to come to some of that if it works with your guys' camp schedule. But it's one of the things we do in the summer during camp. We'll have guys over for cookouts and stuff, and then we'll also do some Bible. And we really do focus on our athletic stuff in the summer, a little bit on faith and sport focus. Because in the season, man, we just want to focus on Jesus, let your coaches get in your minds, whatever, for your competitive nature. Well, this summer, we're going to talk about that. And gratitude is an absolutely important fuel for life. Because nobody, when you get negative, when you get cynical, when you get discouraged, you're not going to do well. And so many, now I'm in my 50s, man, I've seen what happens when people lean into their frustrations or their defeats or their discouragements and start breaking more stuff in their own life. And gratitude, man, it re-brings you back to being a human being, being thankful to what God has given you, right? And the opportunity. I love that word, Colin, that you use there. Say, this is an opportunity. We're at a wonderful wrestling program, Division I to Division III. We had great teammates. We had great coaches, right? What an opportunity, right? To do something great with what God has given us and return it back to Him. I'm probably going to make you guys. We watched, what is that movie? We watched that Anthony Robles movie. I don't know if you guys were here yet. I think it was last season, but I've been wanting to watch this old 80s movies with you guys called Chariots of Fire. You guys ever heard this movie? Won Best Picture in the early 80s, and it's about a guy named Eric Liddell. And he was a track athlete, but he is also involved in missions work in China. And so his sister's like wearing him out. You got to come work in the mission. You got to come over here. And he's like, stop all this running stuff. Well, the guy was like an Olympic champion. And he has this phrase. I think you guys will love it in the movie. He's trying to explain to his sister why he wants to run. He goes, yes, God has made me for a mission. He's made me for China. I'm going to come run. He did. He went over there and ran the mission for the rest of his life after he competed. But he goes, but when I run, I feel the Lord's pleasure. Right? And apparently he used to do this. He used to run in this kind of goofy way so fast. And when he'd get in the zone, he just put his head back and run and like he was in ecstasy because he felt like he was close to God in it. Wonderful movie. I will have to have a movie night this summer and watch it. It's a little bit old school, right? But it's incredible because he said, no, what he said, God has also made me fast. And when I run, I feel his pleasure. That's it. God's given us some strong hands and some single legs, right? And put the boots in, and we feel. Any final words you guys have? Shout out anybody you want to thank or anything before we close?
I mean, I just want to. I'd like to thank you guys being on the other side of the sport now as a coach. You guys inspire me. You know, Jude. It's been a pleasure to work with you the past 2 years, and it's gonna be real sad when we have to depart ways one day. But I don't want to think about that right now. But and then obviously, you know, being a Hokie and being huge fans of you guys, Colin and Aaron. Like, you know, you guys are inspiring. The way you compete, the way you train. I've seen both. And who you guys are as people is special to me, and that's who I hope, you know, can start kind of giving that stuff back to my guys and to my kids one day down the road. So yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I'll just say thanks for having us on.
Oh yeah,
was gonna
changed not just our lives but people all around the world. So it's pretty cool to see the impact that you've had on people, and hopefully one day we can do the same.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful arena to influence other folks, right? In a sport, whether it's coaching, competing, doing the kind of things I do, come alongside guys. Thanks for saying that. It means a lot. I buried my mentor in February, who really entered my life when I was kind of an agnostic, kind of atheist punk, thinking I was smart and good and all this stuff. And when Jesus enters, it's transformative. And this is a blessing for you guys, because there'll be freshmen coming in. There's opportunities, like you've already taken, leading a Bible study on the team, right? There's going to be opportunities for you guys when I'm out of town. Like, who used to lead? Colin Girardi used to lead Bible study. Hunter Kaka, like, hey, I'm not going to be here. You can lead it. I'll hook you up. Get some good notes. But yeah, thanks for saying that. It's encouraging. You know, I always tell myself, you don't need to hear that stuff, but man, I appreciate it.
I want to thank you too, Reed.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It like you said, it goes down the road. If I ever want to preach or, you know, have Bible studies. I ran a couple when I was in high school, and you know, I don't know, like, I know a lot, but I don't know as much as you. So, you know, just learning more from your Bible studies and stuff really impacts. Helps us.
And any wrestling fans listening out there, Aaron Seidel is confirmed as a clinician at the FCA All Sport Wrestling Camp in Lynchburg coming up. I think the end of June. Yeah, so we're going to do it. Yeah,
going to do it before like a year or two ago, but I had Fargo. So
yeah.
Excited to do it now.
You had to go win Fargo, which you did.
I did.
Yeah,
and had to get second.
Yeah,
sick. Not place a couple times, but.
Well, one of the things you guys may not know is that I watch probably as much wrestling as anybody I watch all of it. And so I know that I think in freestyle you had lost to the Arizona State kid and you put it on, and was so happy for that.
Yeah. I tell everybody this. I wasn't even excited about All-American. I was just excited to beat him. And like that, I tagged him too. I was like,
I know, because he kind of snuck you in that match. He didn't really deserve to win that match, but in my opinion, So, Jude, any final words for us from Virginia? Stanton, Virginia, strong to belong.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate you coming out to the team. I think we've had a huge shift. I was on the team the second year of its entirety. Now it's 5 years deep. Yeah. And the culture has changed, and the Lord is the biggest reason. And you coming's just making it a little bit more real to some of these guys.
That's encouraging.
I appreciate you.
We'll tell Casey that it was an accelerant for the old Maroons.
Sorry for stretching you so thin this postseason, Reed, but it was truly a blessing to have you, as always, man.
Well worth it.
Well, we'll see what we can stay involved and see if we can coordinate some this summer. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you, you guys watching the video, wearing the shirts. got all 3 years represented here. Flexing strong, yeah. Ape stronger together. We'll tell you that story later. But the Gospel Underground podcast is done in partnership with the Bonhoeffer House. Jesse Fury's not here. He'll be back with me soon. Review us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. Our audio column is on the YouTubes now. Let's go. We need to get our videos up there too. Send your comments, feedback, questions you might want us to take up here on the Underground to info@gospelunderground.org. We are a dialogue taking place in the borderlands between the church and culture. Hope to see you out there. Peace.